Okay, so one of the things I get asked a lot from people I'm mentoring is, uh, why was ir35 introduced? Really, really simple. Ir35 was introduced because HMRC simply got sick and tired of contractors acting as permanent employees. Picture this, right? I know people who work in the Ministry of Defence, or they used to really, and as contractors being paid £750 a day for about 15 to 17 years of working of service. Okay, working in the same role underneath the same department as a contractor, 750 a day. So that's deemed as a permanent role. So one of the things that happened to me was is that when I came to the UK for the very first time, and I like the idea of being a contractor because you're high pressured, you need to be able to be top of your game and everything. I read the HMRC paper that basically said, look, if you are going to be acting as someone who's a contractor, then we expect that you supply a service, you should have the expertise to deliver a service, you can substitute for someone else to do that role for you if you're sick or unavailable. And if you're given a 3 months contract or a 6 months contract, you should then therefore act within that time and duration. And then HMRC sees it as is that if you had an extension, it's because certain milestones weren't met, or there was something wrong with the scoping. None of this. I'm reading between the lines here. If you were to go to the HMRC website and get the white papers and stuff about how to conduct yourself as a contractor, they try to allude to the point where it's like, you shouldn't be acting as an employee. And one of the things that I found in the job market is that if, like me, you're a serial contractor, you go from job, you do 3 weeks here, you do 4 weeks here, or you did a 3 months. So that means that I'll probably have like in 1 year, like 6 roles. 6 roles within 6 different businesses. Because I have the perspective of that's what contractors should be. What's happened is that the industry has made it look and appear as though that if you've had more than 2 or 3 roles in a year, then you're considered someone who likes to hop from one role to the next. So I'm like, well, no, that's not what it is. So I had this debate with this recruiter who saw my CV, saw my accreditations on my CV, saw the companies I'm working for, and basically said, look, we would like to present you for a client, but we think you're too much of a risk because you look like if you just go from job to job. And I just said, well, how long is your role for this contract for your client? Well, initially 3 months. And I just said, okay. And so then therefore, if your client's going to actually see it as they want me for 3 months, I'm just going to fulfill that need for 3 months. That's basically what it is. You have a certain task, and they're to get it achieved in 3 months. And they were like, well, hopefully the client wants you to go to about 12 to 18 months. And just like, well, is that not actually very close to on the edge of IR35 and being deemed as a employee? And she was like, no, it's not. She said boastfully, some people will be in a role for a lot longer than that. And I was just like, well, that's the whole because of you, because of agents like you. This is the reason why IR35 has come around. And now we're in this mess. So there you go. So you've got people like me who are saying, look, I'm a serial contractor. I go from one contract to the next because I believe that that's the best thing that you can do. I serve clients that require me for 6 weeks to 3 months to 6 months. But if you have a project that's a lot longer than that, I think it's something like 18 months you're allowed to do. It's something like 18 months that you're supposed to be, that's your maximum. Until HMRC actually says is that, well, you're acting as a permanent employee. So there you go. So why is ir35 introduced? Because basically we breaking the friggin' rules, you know. And now the government has to act like a nanny and be able to monitor and discipline everyone. And unfortunately, we fall underneath the old adage of Peter pays for Paul and Paul pays for all. So what's the best thing to do to get around it? Can you get around it? Yeah, I cover it in another video. It's to just basically learn how to market your skills and get your own clients and learn how to do a statement of works. And there you go, rant's over. See you soon.